Hi, I'm going to talk a little bit about being courteous to others in class, specifically to do with electronic devices. Now, you really need to have them turned off in every instance that you can have them turned off. They need to be turned off. Really, people have somewhat of a responsibility to the other students to not be disruptive to them because you never know if something's gonna happen. Your phone goes off and somebody else is disturbed by it and they can't really retain the information that the professor is putting out there at that moment. That could be the difference between a D and an F, or a C and a D, an A and a B. Just 1 point. If they miss that on the test, um, then they're pretty much done. You're down a grade. So it really could affect other students. And I understand some people are a little bit better at retaining information under different circumstances, but there's probably quite a few people that need a laser focus on what the teacher is saying and what they're doing at that time. And if you have a cell phone or a computer and you're typing away, or your cell phone goes off, you're updating your status, it could just really get to be distracting to somebody, and it really could affect their grade in that class. Some of the exceptions to having your electronic devices turned off are if there's going to be a medical emergency. Now, a lot of times that stuff's not pre-planned, but if something does happen and you have a loved one in the hospital or something like that, then I would say it's okay to keep your phone turned on. Um, or if you have a work related instance, if you're in some sort of profession that requires you to be on call. And then also an ADA exemption, so the American Disabilities Association has specific devices that are exempt from being turned off during class. So if you have any of those, you really need to get with the teacher beforehand, if possible, and let them know about what's going on. Some of the consequences to not following these rules are a verbal warning. You could be asked to just turn it off, or say, hey, you don't need to be doing that. Something along those lines. A student could be asked to leave class if it's pretty disruptive, or maybe they've already had a verbal warning and they're not listening. And lastly, there could be a point reduction all the way down to a 0 if it's a recurring problem. And so I would just like to tell everybody to be mindful of other people. And even if you're not somebody that has to have a laser focus or to pay attention really closely, it would be very nice of you if if you could do that for somebody else, because uh, you know you really don't, it would really not be very good if I wouldn't feel very good if I caused somebody else to fail a class or to fail a test or something along those lines. So thank you.